just to ensure that we're golden. Okay, I think we are. So first off, I would go into a few things I want to talk about. So first would be going through how I moved this funnel, which I mentioned I'll be designing, which is a workshop event funnel from Figma, and which design assets I used. Moving it from Figma over to Groove. So this is like groove.cm, just like high level, and the others is the page builder. And since my client's currently using this is what I built it on. So the website section, and this one is just inside of the funnel, and this is the funnel right here, and that's it. Anyways, I'll just start here because that's the header. So if you take a look, it's like slightly different because I made this notification header here, but I try not to add it in because since it was basically just 10 slots, making it this urgent to red alert is just not necessary. And the event is taking place next year, so towards the event time, I'll talk to my client and I will decide if we want to make it that urgent. Okay, so next I made a header for the actual retreat logo, which is that it's a workshop, and then the name of this particular retreat, because she has this kind of retreats yearly. And before all of that, if you've seen the title of this video, you'd see it's my thoughts on SAAS and the issue with pay once, use forever, as opposed to just SaaS, which is software as a service, which is you keep on paying. If they have to pay for the servers, then you have to pay for. If they have to pay for the servers, then you have to pay for it ongoing monthly for them to keep offering that service. And most of these platforms, let me see if ChatGPT will actually have this knowledge. What does lifetime on a SaaS product mean? What does lifetime use of a SaaS product mean? That is pay once, use forever. So, this type of offer provides continuous access to the service for the lifetime of the product, which usually refers to the duration that the company maintains and supports the software. I want to clarify that the terms, because lifetime can sometimes be limited by the lifespan of the company, the software itself, or changes in the business model. If the company discontinues the product or goes out of business, the lifetime access may no longer be valid. Exactly, that's just how it is. And then some products define lifetime like probably a period of like 7 years or 10 years. They can just support you for that 10 years, and after that you'd have to count your losses and stuff. And platforms like AppSumo, let me just go and now go to particular product. Platforms like AppSumo, where as you can see, pay once, not monthly, that contain these SaaS products. Each of these payments here You're making this payment with the gamble that the company becomes successful in the future, or they keep supporting that product. However, they decide to kind of finally get the product out into the market and successful. So if the company is not successful in the end, you're cooked. And if they are, then you're good. Anyways, that was somebody calling me. I know what for. Anyways, if the company decides not to support that product anymore, like I said, you're cooked and your money just got burnt. And if you just search online, let me just say AppSumo reviews. I mean, the platform itself wouldn't have bad reviews, but the products themselves on there would have really, really bad reviews, because not all products on there become successful and stuff. So let me just go and see 1-star rating filter. Let me filter by beware. Like I said, this is perfect. I've never been on this page because this is the first time I'm being on this page. But as you can see, this is what I was talking about. Beware of lifetime that only lasts a couple of years. Purchase the lifetime license for a bookmarks Chrome extension. The product was reported as dangerous by Chrome and disabled or removed. I had over 500 bookmarks saved in this software, and neatly organized and not available anywhere else. As you can see, went from AppSumo to download the latest version of this product I paid for. No bueno. Does not exist. Reached out to support. Sorry, bugger off. Who cares? You bought a lifetime from us and there is no product. Too bad, too late. We don't care. AppSumo is only like the middleman that gets like an app store. They really do not support the product after a particular time, and that's basically stated in their terms, I believe, which is why nothing really happens if a company decides to just pull off their product. That's not their business. That's between you and the company. And that's basically it. Banned from the platform. That is crazy. This is what I was talking about. Lifetime deal wasn't so lifetime. I purchased the lifetime deal for use RMS through AppSumo, but the service stopped working for after a while. And I am not going to search for use Artemis. You could just do that yourself and see. Despite reaching out multiple times, use Artemis not neither use Artemis nor AppSumo provides support. We asked not just for a refund, but we're also open to receive an alternative service. Unfortunately, AppSumo still refused because it was beyond their 60-day window. So AppSumo only has a 60-day refund window, which sometimes they still ask you, as I've seen online, they still ask you for like why you're canceling and stuff. This experience has been very disappointing because with these lifetime offers, as you've seen, exactly, lifetime subscription, they said it expired. You can just come on here and look at it, and I'm only basically going to search for things related to the lifetime, because I'm not really talking about anything else. Everything else is just gonna go off topic, and this is basically just the one I can get off my head and just talk about. But like this platform I use right now, they also offer the lifetime support, with the promise that they have other services they use in maintaining the platform. They had a free tier, but due to the free tier being used by a lot of people, they closed off the free tier with the CM. You can see from there. I still use the software and I still manage my clients' businesses on there. Although I don't host my agency website or my personal website on there. I use WordPress for those because I need like the blogging functionality for SEO and stuff. So this is the platform. It looks good. I would say it looks good. Because the website itself is built on the platform. So, and this, I built this on the platform. Although this is not like just because of the platform. I mean, it's a good builder, even though it has a lot of bugs. Most of them are being fixed, but I can tell you one thing for sure. Someone that hasn't used this builder before would get frustrated quickly. I mean, like really quickly. Anyways, this is one of those, but on some lifetime platforms you get burned, and others you win basically. So there are platforms that keep on using us to bring in new clients. So they have a lifetime tier, and then they have like a subscription model. Those may work. This may be like a bit more of a green flag, like probably lifetime. So as you can see, they have a lifetime subscription, but they also have like a monthly subscription. After you reach these lifetime limits, you can also just pay extra during the monthly subscription if you're past your lifetime threshold. Anyways, that's basically it. And they also have a monthly subscription, which is basically the way they maintain and support each tier. So the lifetime brings in revenue, and they keep on using that to run ads, and then they just upgrade them to the monthly as soon as they get to their threshold for automations. Anyways, I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but basically lifetime deals are a gamble. I know a lot of users on group that really do not use this software because they claim it's really buggy, like really buggy. Now, as you can see, this software is being used for my clients. It's like a live workshop. This workshop will be going live in a few days. These are the amount of pages on this site. There are only one funnel right now. There are no webinars. There's only one this. But then if I go into like the emails, I can't really show that right now, but there are a lot of stuff inside of the emails too. So basically it works if you know how to use the platform, but if you don't, you're cooked. And it's like a two-edged sword. If the software gets a good name in the future, you get a cheap software for a good price. If it doesn't, the money's gone. Anyways, I think that's it for that. Now let me go back to more interesting stuff I want to talk about, which is how I built this. So each section, let me just start with the header. Like I was explaining before, there's a header, subheader, this and this. If you go into my design assets here, I had to first of all select a color range. Now I didn't use all the colors here, I only selected a few. And then this is like the main logo, and then I made a logo for the event itself. And then this is the H1 to H6, and then the paragraphs. And as you can see, apply that here. And where it becomes interesting is it becomes easy to transfer because I already know what I want it to look like. My design choices are as follows. For this, it's just the logo and that. So as you can see, it looks good. And then for here, it was just a matter of how do I want it to look and what does it really represent. This right here is the pin. So it's an event. She runs a workshop for Japanese acupuncture, and that is just the pin they use. It's like a golden pin, so I just made an icon out of it and then just used it. So then a header, a subheader, and then the 10 slots are available. They really need to be at the top anymore since it's gonna be on all the buttons. So I made this button, and then I'm gonna add it to wherever else I would use the button. So that's it. And you can see it's like one of one. This is now inside. Then about the retreat, so this is like yoga meditation kind of image, which just represents mindfulness and basically depicts the entire event. All right, so next is the retreat details section, which as you can see, it's all right. So as you can see, it's a one of one copy, and there was an issue I had. I was using these icons and it didn't look right because the thickness of the border here was different from this. Let me show you. It was like I think it was like, it's 4.5 here, and I think it was like 6. Then it looked like this, so it didn't look right to me. So I had to check here because I already built this. I had to build the other one. So it was like here it's mixed, but when I click on it properly, let me zoom in and just do this. You see it's 4.5, which is when I then made this 4.5, and then you exported it and then it looked right. Because if it doesn't look right, it's not really, you have to know that it doesn't look right so you can make it look right. Anyways, let me just change it back to like 4.5. All right, so next would be me talking about this space here. So it was kind of difficult getting this into that part, but it's not like difficult, it was just a bit not the way that's the platform was structured. Also for the dividers, for the underlines, I still use that pin just to give it a personal touch. And then next section were the tickets. Now the issue with these tickets was I really didn't know what a ticket for an event like this was supposed to look like. So I had to spend like this, I think I think I spent like 30% of the time I spent building this page on the tickets, which is absurd because if someone visits this site and then decides to use their phone to scan that place which says scan me there from their phone, it goes directly to this page. That might be counterintuitive, but it goes directly to this page. And I'm not only just going to use, I had to add it in as an asset here. I had to add it in as an asset just to be sure that if I needed it again, I would be able to find it. I had to put it in like a bit of perspective just so it doesn't look flat and then added a bit of shadow, just as you can see, and then the text. There was another issue I had to talk about. There was another issue. The paragraph here, I think it's 16, but on the page I made it, I think 19. Texts, I made it 19. Yeah, because it was a bit small, and while it's not this small on the actual page, I may change it when I publish it, because I'm editing this on 75% view. If I were to change it to 100, it looks like this, which means it looks good. But let me just go back to the 75% view. Anyways, as you can see, this is the image. Now this part looks weird because this part is for the mobile. So if I go on mobile, I can't really explain or show you this now. Let me edit this part. So I'm just gonna add the spacing of 18, 16, 32. No. Padding at the top, I'm gonna make this 32. Should be margin. Yeah. So I'll put the margin of 32 at the top on that container just so it's spaced from the first one. As you can see, it has to look right on mobile. I basically edited all this before, so it doesn't look like shit on mobile like a lot of things. I think this is the only part. This part is towards the bottom, so this is the only part I haven't really edited per se. So I just come here and just add a padding of like times 2, 16. So I'm using like an 8, double of 8, so 16 there. And I'll make a different image for the mobile. So I'm gonna hide this here. So I'm just gonna come here to layout, and then I'll go to display, and then none. And I'll save that. Same here though. I could leave this, but the other one, display none. So how did I utilize my assets, or the assets I'm building for the funnel assets for this? First off is that background here. As you can see, dotted background. This was gotten from, this was going from this was gotten from here. It was like 1-of-1 copy. And then I just changed the color because it's customizable. I just changed the color in there here, which is why the tagline of that library is edit, export, repeat. It's exactly what I did here. And of course the arrows. This arrow here is the exact same arrow I used here. I only turned it around a bit. It's the exact same arrow inside of this container. And that's it. It really isn't that complex. So for this last section, this section here, I kind of had to think a bit about, I didn't want to have just a square of images that would just look weird and dry and just dead. Like, I hate it. So I did this, and on this see more section, what I put here before was add yours, which was like, these are memories that people come here and make. You can add yours, and to add yours, there's the button. Let me just go back to the page. To add yours, secure your spot, which was my thought at first. But then I changed it to see more because it was like these are some sceneries from the venue, from the villa. And so if you want to see more, secure your spot. You secure your spot, you get access to that place. So you can just go there live and see more. I know that was weird, but I don't even know how I came to that. But yeah. So these were memories that people made there, and these are some sceneries. So you kind of like what you see. You want to see more, and even take some memories with you, which is why the camera is there. Then just secure your spot. It's that easy. And the background there is just so it doesn't look dead and dry, and that's how it looks. I really didn't want to make this too crowded with icons like this, which is why some of all the other features are just listed like this. So they see a bunch of colored icons, and then they read the others as text. And then for these icons, I looked at the page and I saw that it was just kind of too dry with the same amount of colors, and I was like, I went to ChatGPT. I don't know if it's still there, but let me see. I don't know if it's still there, but what I did was I took my phone, I called out this color code for the tone of this orange on ChatGPT, and then I mentioned all the features here, and I told it to give me colors that would represent these features, but in that same color tone. So it gave me these colors. So of course red represents food because red makes food savvy. It's proven basically. But then blue is for Wi-Fi. VIP lodging, it's like gold because it's like VIP lodging and stuff. Then private yoga is like mindfulness, so that's green. And then infinity pool is like I think they call that color lilac or teal. I think it's teal. And it's like water, and that's it. As you can see, the tones, if you look at the colors, they have similar tones because that's what I mentioned to ChatGPT, and I just used that. And that's how it looks. So that's basically one of those ways you can use ChatGPT to just get what you want. And that's it. For the colors and the shadows here, I kind of just used the color spotlight and then just took the colors, and then I know these shadows could be a bit softer, but I think I like it this way because I use the same hard shadow for this here, as you can see. So yeah, that's it. So it's just like coherence. And then there's one more thing I never talked about, which is this here, why it's faded out. I faded it out so it just fades into the clouds. As you can see, it just fades into the clouds. Here, there's an image. Fades into the clouds. Now, there are clouds there, so it fades into the clouds. And then there is this, which also represents those clouds I made there. I could have made this look a bit more complex by adding maybe like white highlights and stuff just to make it look more like clouds, like it does here. But, this is a divider, so it looks good. I like it. Now, I haven't made this presentation or presented this to the client yet. She hasn't seen this page, so I'll do that tomorrow when I'm done with the other pages too, like the checkout and then the thank you page. And yeah, that's it. So it took me less than, let me just say, around 5 hours cumulatively, or 4 hours to get this onto this platform, because I've been using this platform for a long time. But it took me 2 days, if I count that in hours, because I was really busy with a bunch of other projects. Count that in hours, it would be like, it takes more time to think about the design sections than to make the designs. So it took me like over 7-8 hours to get done with this page because it was all designed from scratch. This is not like I took a section from somewhere. Anyways, this has been good. I'm gonna just check the time and see. I'm gonna just check the time and see. So I kind of talked about, exhausted what I want to talk about in the amount of time I had. Let me see if I can just, there's this section that's left. Let me try making a mobile section that would replace this. So I'll just duplicate this. And let me just show you how I would make a mobile section. So this should be a mobile frame. So frame here. iPhone Pro Max should be fine. And I'll get this down. I'm expanding it because okay, so I'll come in here and then I'll ungroup everything here. Ungroup. This is grouped on its own, so I'm taking this down here because this is like okay, so then I would ungroup it. This is not still not overlapping, so I might just take this. Let me just okay, let me see. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to do something where I shift this a bit down. And it's down by 27.33 degrees. Control C. And I come in here and I also do that here. And it just rhymes like that. So all I have to do is move it a bit. It's always trying to move weird. That's it. All right, so that's grouped. I'll group all of them. Group that. And then I'll keep this one down. No. I'll take it by the frame. Okay. it's kind of acting this way because okay. So what I have to do is group them all. Let me see if I can just okay. Okay, so I should be able to export it now. I'm gonna just preview that. Yeah, that looks right. I'm gonna export at 1.5. So I usually export at either 1.5 or 2. And then I compress with group 24. So mobile gallery. Then I'm gonna go to all I have to do is come to mobile. This image here, I duplicate it. And then I shut that off. Come to the bottom one. Go to display. Parent default. Then I come here. Choose update something. Desktop. Gallery. Mobile. So mobile gallery right there. I may have to compress that later, but and then I'll just put mobile gallery, then close. As you can see, it looks like that now. It doesn't have no complex. I might have to edit this a little bit just to make sure it looks good. But yeah, that is how I actually intended for it to look. Just like that. And yeah, that's it. Save and then for see more, it just connects to secure your spot. Although this looks icky because I wanted it to be at the center, and I'm just gonna fix that later. It doesn't look right. This should be at the center right here, then just marks to secure your spots. But yeah, that is definitely how it should look, as you can see. Okay, that's it. That is it for that. Let me check. So that's all I intended on doing today. And this is just to make up for not streaming at all last week because I was really busy. So between Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, I would go into more things about the funnel assets. So I would have a lot more stuff ready by then when I'm done with this. And yeah, that's this. See you on Thursday, Friday, between those 2 days. All right.